Hello, it's me again. Today I want to talk about disc rot again, but this is not like the regular talks about disc rot in which I'm showing you my collection that suffers from disc rot. Today I want to show you what I normally do when I found disc rot in my collection. So this is what I normally do, and probably you should do when you find disc rot in your collection. But before moving forward, I would like to clarify what I meant by Discord because in my previous videos there are some comments saying that I was not showing Discord but something else. So I decided to show you my understanding of Discord is that I'm using the same description in Wikipedia. So I'm reading directly from Wikipedia here. Disc rot is the tendency of CD, DVD, or other optical discs to become unreadable because of chemical deterioration. The cause include oxidation of the reflective layer, reactions with contaminants, ultraviolet light damage, and debonding of the adhesive used to adhere the layers of the disc together. So this is my understanding about disc rot, and that's exactly what I want to show you at this moment. So I'm a type of collectors who normally will watch all of the movies that I purchase. So I do not, normally just keep my movies on shelf and then just leave them, intact in the seal, wrapped in the seal. I will open the seal and then watch the disc and regularly watch them more than once. So when I stumbled upon a disc rot, this is what I normally do. So disc rot, as explained in the Wikipedia, it's something like that. So it's the damage in the reflective layer of the disc that deems the disc unreadable, so you can't play this movie anymore. There you go. That's one of the severe type of disc rot. That's the sign of disc rot. There are other discs that probably show less severe symptoms of disc rot. You probably cannot see the disc rot in this DVD of Freebirds, but it's there. So that is actually the first thing to do when you stumbled upon disc rot. When you take the movie and you want to play the movie and you take a look at the reflective layer, and you notice there are particles like this one, you need to take actions quickly. First is to determine whether this is actually a disk rot or a false alarm. False alarm is that sometimes the disk can have smudges build up on the reflective layer. So it's not actually disk rot, but it's dirt that's building up on top of these reflective layers so the player cannot read it. And in order to differentiate those things first, if it is actually disk rot, the disk surface, the reflective layer, this silvery reflective layer is smooth. So if you touch the reflective layer, you can't feel any smudges. It's smooth because the damage happens inside. So disk rot happens inside the reflective layer. It's not damaging the outer part of this reflective layer. So if you touch this one, it's smooth. There's no you can't feel any dirt on top of this part. So that is the first thing to do. I have experienced false alarm, meaning that I thought it was a disk rot, but it's not. I've experienced that in, for example, this video CD of the passenger. If I take a look at the reflective layer, there are these parts, it smudges. So if I touch this part, I can feel that this one has some kind of a texture on it. So it's not smooth at all. So this is not a disc rot because this is the dirt or smudges building up on the reflective layers. So with this one, we can actually clean this part with alcohol or with anti-static. So this is not a disc rot. So if you manage to clean this part, it's very likely that you will still be able to play this one and this will look perfect again. So this is not a very severe sign of smudges, but I've experienced a very, very severe form of disk smudges that I've cleaned that now. But in a severe condition, these smudges building up, they look like crystal. So there's like some sort of a crystals building up on top of your reflective layers. So it looks like at a glance, it probably looks like a disk rot or probably looks like a snowflakes on top of the reflective layer, but that is actually smudges building up on top of the reflective layer. So if you touch this part, it's going to feel like a texture. So that is not inside the reflective layer, that is actually outside, that's on top of the reflective layer. And there are things you can do to fix that one. So that's a false alarm. This one happens severely to my DVD of Aragon. So in this particular DVD, the smudges build up really, really bad. So I touched the reflective layer and I thought initially that it's a disc rod and the player would not play it. But I touched the reflective layer and it is actually smudges building up on top of it. So I've cleaned that now so you can't see the smudges building up anymore. It was a very, very severe smudges, so I cannot use merely alcohol or anti-static spray, but instead I go one step further. It's more what is that? It's more radical. I'm using a metal polish. Okay, I'm using a metal polish and very, very soft microfiber cloth to clean that smudges. And I try to play it on my DVD player and on my Blu-ray player. The disc plays and skips only a few seconds in the beginning. It's not perfect, but at least I can still play this one for the most part. And yeah, there's no more smudge on top of the on top of the reflective layer. Instead of throwing these all away, I can still access the content of the movie. If the disc one skips a few seconds in the beginning, but it plays perfectly fine through the rest of the movie. And disc two, I can access all the special features without any problem after doing that. So that's the thing with disc rot. You probably notice a true disc rot or a false alarm. If it is a false alarm, the thing to check is that the surface, if the surface is very, very smooth and there are signs of degradation like this DVD of Spirit, that's a clear sign of degradation, but smooth, then that's happening inside and that's guaranteed to be a disc rot. But if you experience the one like this video CD of The Passenger, that is not actually a disc rot, that is smudges building up on top of the reflective layer, and you can clean that so the laser can read through it and then display the image and the data of the disk perfectly. With this one, even though the reflective layer is clean, is very, very smooth, it's the damage is inside, so the laser still cannot penetrate through this thing because it's damaged already inside. It's not just the reflective, it's not just the surface. So there's no dirt preventing the laser from reading the data like the passenger video CD and Aragon DVD, but the actual data inside is damaged, is corrupted because of this degradation of the reflective layer. There's a chemical reaction that's destroying the disk. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do next. The moment I know that this is a disc rot, I determine its severity. So if it's extremely severe, normally you can see that the reflective layer is silvery. That sometimes it's silvery, sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's gold. But that's the idea. That's the reflective layer. You can see the rainbow color over there. If it's very, very severe, they normally go white. And if it's entirely white, there's no hope in that. You just need to throw that disc away like this one. Actually, it's too severe. It's better to find a replacement and throw this one away. But there are instances like probably this DVD of Freebirds. It also suffers from disc rot, but it's not that severe. I can still see that most power is still in this silver color, and I can still and there's still probably hope and chance that we can still save this particular movie. So that's the first thing to do. Make sure that it is actually a disc rod instead of smudges. If it is smudges, clean it. If it is a disc rod, determine its level of severity. If it is very severe, there's no way of saving, just throw it away. It won't you will just waste your time trying to fix it. But if you still see that it's probably going to be fine, you can still see signs of life in there, you can do the next step. So I'm going to show you step by step of what I do. So this is a sample. This is my DVD of The Legend of Hercules. It's actually suffer from disc rot. So this is what I do. I'm going to this is a real sample, and I'm going to do a step-by-step thing that I did when I stumbled upon Discord. So, for example, I take this movie from the shelf because I want to watch the movie The Legend of Hercules, and I open this one and I see that's the disc, and I take it from the center button, and then I check the disk. Oh, it has disk rot in there. You can see the signs of disk rot that is rotting away, but that is actually in this part, in this this is actually the outer inner part. So the laser would not read from this part. So I can still see the silvery reflective layer there. There's no severe white degradation in this particular disk. So the first thing to do is to check if this disk still plays fine. Now, what you need to know is that once the degradation is like this one, you can't stop the degradation. It will go bad eventually. So you cannot wait any longer. You need to try to copy the DVD, the disk, to your computer. So what I'm going to do next is actually try to copy the DVD to my computer, because you cannot wait any longer, and you can't really fix the damage because it's happened inside. You will not be able to stop the degradation. It will spread and eventually destroy the entire disk. It will not be playable. So the first thing is, one, you can still see that there's a sign of life in this particular DVD. You will want to try to copy it to your computer and hope that this will works fine, because there are instances, even though you see that there are signs of degradation, the data is still there, and the player will still be able to play it and copy it perfectly to your computer. There are two types of disc actually. This particular disc, like the Aragon DVD, it has copy protection. These DVDs are copy protected, and there are in this particular DVD of Legend of Hercules, it doesn't say that, and it does not have copy protection. With this type of disc, you can copy it directly to your computer. But in discs like Aragon, you would want to try to download a free software that can copy the disk directly without any problem. I think I often use MKV video software to copy protected disk. So you just insert the disk to your computer or your external DVD or Blu-ray drive, and then copy the disk to your computer. Now, if your computer and DVD drive manage to copy the entire movie to your computer without any problem, so you're very, very lucky. But if the computer refuses to copy it in its entirety, there's no hope anymore. It's just better to just find a replacement and throw the disk away. But this scenario, let's say this works, and this actually works. I've managed to copy the entire Legend of Hercules on my computer. And the next thing to do is just you probably want to just throw the disk away, because it's going to, as I said before, this will not stop. It's going to damage the entire disk. So you can stop right there. Once you copy the movie to your computer, you can feel safe. You can create as many backup as you want in your computer hard drive or in your external hard drive or anywhere, and throw the real disk that's damaged away. Or if you're like me, you can create a new copy. So you can purchase the best possible DVD-R out there, of course, depending on the capacity of the actual DVD. So this movie, Legend of Hercules, is on DVD 5. So that's the DVD-R that I'm using. It's DVD-R 4.7 gigabytes. That's going to be enough to copy this movie. But for other films, in most cases, like this DVD of Aragon, it's on DVD 9. So you're going to need a DVD 9 DVD-R, so double layer DVD-R, 7 point something gigabyte in order to fit that. So that this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy the movie to my DVD-R. And this is what you can do if you want to copy it. You can make sure that you purchase the best DVD-R possible that you really, really trust. And this is going to be very, very dependent on which country that you're living in. In my particular region, Maxell DVD-R is exceptionally good, and I've been using this for years and years and years. And so I'm going to use Maxell DVD-R to reproduce this DVD of Hercules. So in your region, probably it's TDK or probably Sony or probably other other DVD-R products. But in my case, I'm going to use Maxell DVD-R. But please note, before you do that, you need to check the reflective layer of the disc, whether this is in a perfect condition or not, because sometimes in this packaging there are probably one or two discs that are damaged or are not perfect. You need to see the reflective layer, make sure that it is in a perfect condition. There's no smudges or anything. If there are dirt or anything, simply use a very, very soft microfiber to wipe the dust or those things off before you put the DVD-R to the DVD burner. Having a great DVD burner also helps, so it's better if you have the very, very best DVD burner so that it will ensure perfect burning of your DVD. So here we are. We are now going to practice burning the DVD. So I have successfully copied the movie Legend of Hercules to my computer. There you go. The Legend of Hercules. It's 4.3 gigabytes, so it's DVD 5. And my DVD-R, Maxell DVD-R is sufficient for this one. Now, the thing that we need to do is to find a suitable DVD burner. There are a lot of different software programs to burn the DVD. The one I often use is AVS AVS Disk Creator. We can simply download it. It's free and install it on our computer. And it's also very easy to install AVS Disk Creator. You just follow the basics, select the language, and just follow the instruction, accept the license agreement, and next. And also the requirement is very, very low. It's not very, very high requirements. At least 73.4 megabytes of free disk space. We have more than enough. Just click next, and additional icons. You can choose which one you wanna keep and which one you wanna omit, and just follow the instruction. We wait for the installation process. It says burn video to DVD, Blu-ray, create data and audio CD disc. So I normally use, if I want to author a DVD, I use a DVD Styler and DVD Flick. But when I want to burn the DVD, I use a different software, that is AVS Disk Creator, instead of using the DVD authoring software. And ask the software to go directly to burn the movie after the authoring process. So because AVS Disk Creator is not a DVD authoring software, it focuses on creating, for burning discs, and it does magnificent. It's opening now, AVS Disk Creator. The speed of the software depends on your computer actually. And there you go, it opens now. We're going to burn the DVD, so we choose DVD video, and we insert the DVD-R to the disk drive. And we're going to let the AVS Disk Creator to detect the disk. It will automatically see if the disk is suitable for this task, if the capacity is enough. The computer detects DVD-R, and now the AVS software also detects a DVD-R blank DVD. It shows the capacity, and we're going to add the DVD video. I copy the movie to my external drive. It's on video and then on film, and inside DVD copy, and let's try to find the Legend of Hercules. That's it. Tap add, close. You can see that it nearly exceeds the capacity, but it's still there. We can still copy the movie onto this particular disk. We simply click start burning. You can name the disk whatever you want, but it has character limits, so probably going to name it like that. The speed, it's better to, sometimes with different DVD drive. I have an Asus DVD drive. It allows you to go lower than that, and I think, I'm not sure if I can go higher than 8 times, but this LG only shows 2 options. I remember in my Asus DVD drive it shows more than just 2 options, so it depends on your DVD drive. This one has 4 and 8 times. Normally the slower the better, because it really ensures the the precision of the laser in burning the data to your disk. So instead of choosing 8 times, I'm going to choose 4 times. And you want to select verify the disk, because it will, once the burning is done, it will go back again and try to verify whether everything is in the right place. But you do not need to choose the cache over here. You can simply, delete the the mark here. You don't need to select this one. So once it looks like this, you simply hit burn, and you wait until the burning process is done. Now the verification process is complete. The burning and verification is complete. We receive a notification. The burning has been successfully completed. We're going to click OK. And then we're going to simply close the AVS Disk Creator. And then I'm going to try to pop the disk back, because once the disk is complete, once the burning process is completed, the DVD drive automatically ejects itself. I'm going to try to put it back in and see if it works perfectly fine. We'll wait. The disk is being loaded by the disk drive. We should be able to receive notification not very long. And that's the notification. Select to choose what happens with DVD movie. So in the at the beginning it was select what happened to the DVD-R. Now it's DVD movies. It reads the disc as a DVD movie, and we'll try to play it with VLC. Let's see if it plays. And so there you go, a place we can play the movie, try to see if it plays without any error. We can fast forward to the place that we want without any without any problems. There we go, and it works till the end. I'm going to hit stop. So that proves it that the disk works, and we're going to go to the next step. We can, if you feel enough with just burning it and then having it in a perfect condition, and you can put it back to your computer. But if you're like me, you can take it to another step. You can download images online of the DVD cover. It's very easy to find images for the DVD cover. You can make the DVD cover by yourself, design it by yourself and then print it. You can use a lot of tools also. There are many software that are free and available to download, anywhere through Google Chrome and those things. I personally use a Nero cover designer. You can use a regular Nero burning software. It should have a cover designer on its of its own, but I decided to download a dedicated software from Nero, that is Nero Cover Designer. I've been using that for years and years and years, and that's my favorite cover designer software for a computer. So the burning process was completed successfully, and the DVD ROM is now consists of the DVD movie, the movie Legend of Hercules, and I love to also add cover for the DVD drive. You can create cover, basically, on your own, and you can choose your own style. You can choose your own paper, what kind of paper that you would like to use to print the disc label. There are also printers that can print directly on the disc, but I do not have that. And yeah, I just use a normal printer and normal paper, normal what is that? A glossy sticker paper. So that's the result. Probably not very good, but they're good just for a sample. So the quality of the label is basically depend on your printer, and then those things, your creativity and all those things. So we're just going to take this one because we are sure that the disc works. So first thing, before you add the label, make sure that the disc works, so you're not wasting on the paper. So we've made sure that the disc works perfectly fine. So we can now put the disc label to the actual DVD like that. Because I'm using a photo or a glossy sticker paper, I can add the final touch, that is adding this protective plastic label, this transparent sticker on top of the disc. Very easy to apply. I think you can find this one online, usually in the computer stores. They also have this one. Go. Simply make sure that the this protective transparent plastic just covers the entire part of it, and it sticks perfectly on the DVD. And then voila, you have the replacement for your Hercules DVD. Put it in the DVD package and put it in your shelf. So that is what I do for disc rot. So if I found a disc rot on my DVD, I I try to make sure whether this is a real disc rot or not, and then if it is, there's still hope. I try to copy it to my computer and then create a copy. So I'm not an expert on anything. This is just based on my experience. I'm not claiming that I know how the intricacy of the DVD, how it works, how the DVD rot works, those things. I'm not an expert on anything. I never claim that I know everything of DVD or disc rot. This is just what I normally do when I found disc rot. So this is just me sharing my experience. So please just chill. So if you find this video helpful, please kindly share and give this video a thumbs up. So, but mostly, if you're still with me up until this very moment, I would like to say thank you. Thank you very much. Take care and goodbye.